During my long stretched out divorce, I felt like I was thrown into a world I didn't know how to handle. Getting out wasn't the rebuild. Understanding what I'd been through and learning how to function again as a man was. Everyone has advice on rebuilding. I have the footage. Here's a day from my rebuild and one lesson I learned from it. We're in here yesterday and I remember telling you about, some of the equipment that I've got. And it got me thinking how I got all this equipment. It was all really, the most of it was on Marketplace. Like that rowing machine. Never used a rowing machine before. They're normally new, $2,500. I got that for $200. So I just, you see it, you track it for a little while. Well, you see they're all around about $800 or something like that. Then you see that one pop up for that price. You just message the bloke and say, I'm coming to get it. You've got nowhere to even put it, but you've got it. And I did that for years and years to occupy myself. Go and buy that, the next day, straight back at it. Need something else. That. Get that. Next day, straight back at it. Need that. Straight back at it. Need things in there. Look at all the shoes I got. They're all running shoes and I haven't even been able to run until really the last 6 weeks. I had a bad broken ankle for a while, but I had to have the shoes. I wasn't spending because I needed things. I was spending because I was lost. 8 guitars, I couldn't play one. A running machine, I bought that with a broken ankle. Sunglasses, jewelry, stuff I'd never touch. And a week later, a box would show up on my doorstep and I'd feel like an idiot. Not because of the money, because I knew exactly what I was doing and I couldn't stop. It wasn't about the stuff, it was about filling a gap. And the gap wasn't going to close by buying more. That's when I worked out this had nothing to do with money. It was about control. And the only way out was to stop pretending everything was fine and actually deal with what was broken. If you're buying stuff to escape, a spreadsheet won't fix it. Facing what you're avoiding will. And I knew it. The moment I was clicking buy, it wasn't going to do anything. And that should have stopped me, but it didn't. The spending was never the real problem. I could have had no card, no cash, no access to anything, and I still would have found a way. Because it wasn't about buying stuff. It was about what you were trying not to feel when you sat still for 5 minutes. That's the part most blokes won't look at. It's easier to track your spending than ask what you're actually running from. But until you answer that question, nothing changes. Not the bank account, not the behavior, nothing. Figure out what you're avoiding. Everything else will fall into place behind that.